Hello, good afternoon, everyone. How are you? You don't seem very enthusiastic. Okay, great. So this is odd for me because I'm speaking to a microphone, even though I'm not hearing myself. But it's for YouTube purposes. We are worldwide. So congratulations, everyone. We are international. Um, I want to thank you all for being present in this European seminar of the project InTeaM. This project began like a year ago. We are currently working on it, but today we are going to present to you the results we achieved so far. And first of all, present you our partners, the organizations, what they do, what they work for, and also have the kind presentation of Vencer Autismo by Joe. He's going to talk about the association, and we are also going to have a few testimonies. Emmanuel is going to talk about a little bit of his perspective as as a student with autism in the hospitality sector and in the hospitality course, as well as his teacher, who has been working with him alongside this period. So, before going to the presentation, I would like to invite our director, Sofia Martins, to just provide you with a few words.
I wasn't expecting the micro. But so Joanna has made the honors, but I want to say hello and be very welcome to this European seminar. We are very happy to be hosting this seminar concerning the Erasmus Mais project in Team for ID, innovative teaching methodologies in hospitality schools for inclusive education. And I would like to start this very brief introduction, obviously by thanking you your presence here at Escola Profissional de Espinho, and also to those who are following us through YouTube, since places like Funchal, Viana do Castelo, and other places. And I would like to give a special thanks to our speaker, Joe Santos, from Associação Vencer Autismo, to our students, Emmanuel Campos, very thank you, and to our teacher, Silvia Oliveira, who have accepted to help us all dive into this important subject this afternoon. And also a very special thank you to our partners from Spain, Italy, Greece, Netherlands, Bulgaria, German, and I think I haven't forget any, hopefully. Austria, sorry, sorry, Austria. So today we are here to talk about a very important topic and about a very important project. Inclusive education of people with special educational needs is often framed in terms of human rights or justice. Nevertheless, there is a lack of appropriate education, which remain the key risk for poverty and exclusion of any person, whether they are disabled or not. And adding to that, the rates of unemployment within the population with disabilities are very high. So with this in mind, this project was created with the aim of supporting teachers and tutors in dealing with the developmental challenge associated with VET autism spectrum disorder students in the hospitality sector, as well as to assist them in acquiring valuable skills, both within the educational system and also externally in the hospitality industry. So we are delighted to be part of this project with a strong desire and responsibility to improve the integration of our students and give them the best tools in order for them to be better uh, people and better professionals in the future. So I don't want to talk more because I know that our speakers are the key the key in this seminar. They are really, they will help us to better understand this important subject. So I wish you all a great and fruitful seminar, and thank you one more time.
Okay, thank you so much. So now I think we can start with our presentation. I'm going to be right here. So we are going to address today these four topics, let's say. So first of all, I'm going to present to you the project, and then each partner of the InTeaM project is going to present their organizations very briefly. Afterwards, we will have the testimonies. Our student Emmanuel, and then his tutor Sylvia. Afterwards, we are going to have João Santos with a good practice, Vencer Autismo. And finally, some conclusions about the seminar, and of course, an evaluation questionnaire, because your feedback is very important to us. Okay, so starting with the project. You have with you also some how to say in English, brochure. Thank you so much. So rarely I do these presentations in English, so sometimes some words are going to not come out of my mouth, just in my head, floating. So about the project, this project aims to support teachers and tutors in dealing with developmental challenges associated with ASD students in the hospitality sector. This is also focused for students without ASD, even though they are our main key targets. It also aims to provide an innovative and hybrid educational methodology by creating an app that we are start working on it. It's going to be artificial intelligence chatbot focused for teachers, tutors, and of course the students with ASD. So these are the main objectives of the project: to increase the professionalism and employability of students, especially the ones with ASD in the hospitality sector, then provide equal opportunities to people with ASD, create a more inclusive learning environment, contribute to the creation of an innovative and inclusive methodology, create a network of schools, teachers, students. That's also why we are having this European seminar, to exchange our ideas and our projects and contributions, and to encourage the participation of students with ASD in VET programs. So until now, we have concluded our first result, the InTeaM Skills and Competences Model, which you can find in our website. It is available in English, but also in the project's languages. And coming soon, we have the result number 2 and number 3 that we are currently working on. Okay, I really like to play games, okay? Not like Saw, the terror movie, but I'm going to put here if you go to www.kaut.it, you can write this pin of the game. I'm going to put the music on because it's always very funny. There is also the QR code, if you prefer. So basically, I'm going to see if you know your studies about ASD and the hospitality sector. Just some facts and curiosities. Okay. The winner will get more cookies, guys. So the price is really high. Really, really high. I think there's only 3 cookies, guys. It's the podium for the chocolate cookies. We have 20 participants. $23. Are you all? No. I'm right in front of the camera. This is odd. 28. Is someone missing? No? Can someone help Tina? Yeah, now I just have to wait. Okay, if someone is missing, please raise your hand. No? No. So in the end of each answer, I'm going to provide you some feedback about the answers. I have my stuff here because I need it. Okay, guys, are you ready to start? Let's start. Please focus. Okay, the title of it. 3, 2, 1. True or false? Everyone with autism is either nonverbal or a savant. Is that true or false? Okay, you guys are on it. So the answer is false because, as you know, ASD is a spectrum. So we cannot say that people are either this or either that. People have a lot of characteristics. So even though they have ASD, they're going to belong to a very wide spectrum. You cannot say they are saving or just not. Okay, let's see how you're working on this. Rita, you are already winning. Okay, what is hyperlexia? What? Trouble converting their thoughts into writing or drawing, learning disability characterized by having difficulty reading and spelling, ability to read above one's age level, or ability to read above one. Oh, this is wrong. This is a typo that I had corrected, but it's here still. Okay. Okay, it's this one. I'm sorry, my bad. I had correct this, but I don't know what happened. So the first one, the red one, was actually dysgraphia. Then we had learning disability characterized by having difficulty reading and spelling. It's probably the most known, dyslexia. And then we would have nonverbal learning disorder if I didn't mess up the Kahoot game. And finally, the right answer. So hyperlexia is the ability to read above one's age level, which is a very common characteristic in ASD people. Francisco, you're in the house burning. Okay, true or false? Autism can be genetic. Is it true or is it false? You will talk about it. No, please. Okay, so the answer is true because some literatures tell us that genetic factors are estimated to contribute between 40 to 80% of ASD risk. Okay, so it might be a cause of it. Okay. Oh, why the podium didn't show up? Okay, next question. Select correct option. ASD people show high rates of unemployment. Nearly 40% of ASD people spend little or no time with friends. All options are correct. ASD people have low participation in education beyond high school. Okay, very nice. So unfortunately, all these options were correct. Okay. Okay, here is our podium. Keep on track. Another true or false. ASD is about 4 times more likely in girls than boys. Is it true or is it false? Okay, good. It's actually false. It's the opposite. Boys are at greater risk of having autism. João is winning. Okay. Which one of these options might not be a cause of ASD? Childhood vaccinations, genetics, the parents' behaviors before, during, or after pregnancy, environmental influences. Okay, nice. This one is from a little controversy. Each family has a unique. I'm reading something for research. Each family has a unique experience with an autism diagnosis, and for some, it corresponds with the timing of their child's vaccinations. At the same time, scientists have conducted extensive research over the last 2 decades to determine whether is vaccinations related to autism, and they realized the results were that vaccines do not cause autism. Okay, so yeah, okay. People with autism cannot form relationships. Okay, very nice. Everyone knew that. Yes, it's true. Okay, almost finished. There is no cure for autism. Okay, so there is no cure for autism, but if kids are diagnosed really early, we can help the diagnosis. I don't know where that frame was from, but I saw that, for example, the series The Good Doctor, maybe everyone knows about it. The main character has autism. Então, eu sei. Deve ser. Okay, let's go. What is the main challenge for ASD people in hospitality workplaces? Neurotypical hiring practices, clear instructions, regulated working timings, voluntary socialization. Olá. Okay, so neurotypical hiring practices are actually one of the main challenges for ASD people. Okay. We are going to the last one. Select the benefits of hiring autistic people. Reliability, trustworthiness, consciousness, these words are hard. Kindness, acceptance of difference, diversity, attention to details, and we could go on. Okay, so all of these were options that are benefits of hiring autistic people. Okay, let's see the final results. Hey. And finally, hey. Okay, so these are the winners of the 3 chocolate cookies that we have there. Okay, perfect. So of course, these questions are based in certain literature. Some opinions might diverse, and it's hard to make small questions in this kind of questionnaires. So please, afterwards, we can talk a little bit about it. Okay, so let's talk about the consortium. We have our coordinator, which is Crocetti Cerulli, sorry. Cerulli, thank you. And they are going to come here a little bit to present their organizations, okay? So from now on, since I'm already here, I'm going to present you SPEL very briefly. So we are located here in Espinho. You have been around at least today, so you already know the city. So we are a society that was created in 1990 with the goal of create vocational education and training adjusted to the socio-economical background of the communities under risk of exclusion. So these are the specific social situations that we face in this region that we try to address in our daily basis. These are the main training areas that we provide in our schools. Beauty care, for example, is very popular, among others like hospitality. So these are some of the schools that we are partners with from our area, and we usually work with them in projects and other situations. These are our current projects so far. We are coordinators of Code for SP, for example. We have other ones that are more recent and other ones that are finishing already. So you can visit our website to find out more a little bit about our projects. Here is our website and our Facebook page. So this is SPEL, and now, thank you, Tina. Tina is going to present her institution.
Hello, I am Tina, and I'm an English teacher from Crocetti Cerulli, an Italian high school in Italy. We are located in central Italy on the Adriatic coast, in Abruzzo. In the province of Teramo, and our town is called Giulianova. Our school is made up of 3 different schools. We have a hosting and catering school, a technical technological school, and also a vocational school. Okay. Oh, here it is. So this is they are in the same building. They are the Technical Technological School and the Crafts and Industry and Vocational School. Okay. And these are the labs where our students have lessons. We have beauty care and mechanics, information technology, and electronics as well. Bye. Go. And this is our hosting and catering school, where we have different fields. We have pastry, pastry making, waiting service, a receptionist, and the cooking area. And here we have many ASD students in our school. And these are the various fields that we have. So this is a receptionist, cooking. Yeah, we eat a lot at school. This is our pastry and waiting service. Yeah, so they were all chocolate. This is all made of chocolate and cake. It was a few years ago when you come. And this is the part of Giulianova where our school is located, because Giulianova is made up of a part on the beach and a part on in the hills. So this is where the school is. And this is a beach. And we are the coordinator of the project.
So, hello everybody. My name is Alessia Spatafora and I am the Managing Director of CRES, that is the Center for Research and European Studies for Future Business. So, as you can see from the picture, we are located in one of the most beautiful cities in the world, that is Rome, in Italy. And let's say that we are a kind of EU-wide network that is committed basically in European research and studies. The association has been set up in 2019, and the other no-profit association we represent, that is FEB Finance and Banking Association, that comes from the banking and finance sector, is the main promoter and founder. And actually, today we are 34 members coming from 18 different European countries. We work on different thematic areas. These are the most common, so sustainable development and social and economic growth, education, training and social inclusion, ICT and digital and technological innovation, and quality assurance. And up to now, our core, let's say, activity is in the conceivement, design, and management of European projects, mainly Erasmus Plus KA2. Just last February, we launched on our website a kind of tool for increasing professional collaboration. That is a kind of Facebook addressed to professional issues. So if you are curious to know more about, you can of course reach out to us. And well, thank you for attention, and enjoy the rest of the presentations.
Ima, you're next.
Okay, thank you very much, Joanna. I'm Ima Miralles. I'm president and founder of CRES. CRES is a small association that founded in August 2022 after the pandemic exploitation, and we are in the second most nice city in the world is Barcelona. And the founders are people who work in social and sanitary service and work a lot in training professionals and of course trainers in the for bed training. Okay, and it's our initial challenge is to help this type of professionals to go on, and for this I develop several projects. Our purpose, of course, is improve social and health care with our project, and develop personal and professional skills of management, interaction, and support, promote the improvement of social and social service and establishments. Okay, of course, through the education and training and also using other tools as quality assessment and social responsibility, especially important in health and social services. Our main activities is, first of all, conducting European studies and research and projects to promote national and European policies. Now with the Erasmus 2027 challenge, okay? And of course, support the exchange of experience and knowledge information between organizations, the implementation and training and consulting activities, and promoting the quality insurance, especially in Spain, where our national system, bad national system, changed a lot in these last 2 years. So of course, promote and implement, develop organizational models in social health sector, and our current projects, okay, we start helping organizations with their training, with continuous training, and also with a lot of organizations, foundations, to be part of this training, to be part of the studies, and help them to work in European project and in also at international level. One of our more new experiences in training experiences are, of course, for instance, the experience of from Babel, as the training experience with Alzheimer caregivers, and also the cultural pedagogical theater is a technical of interactive theater, especially for teachers and for professionals who have take care of a special target group with special needs. Of course, promote gender equality. We fight a lot in Spain with our national administration to improve the equality plans in the enterprises, in the small enterprises. And we collaborate for this with different universities in Spain, public and private. Our current projects are in European, the European framework is with the Spanish Council of for Defense and of Disabled and Dependent People. We work also with the European Association of Service for Disabled People Providers. And of course with CRES, we collaborate with CRES, and with European Network for of Innovation for Inclusion, especially an inclusive education group. Other projects are related to EFPA, it's a European Financial Planning Association, or INCCP, the Association of Bed Centers in Spain, and of course with CONACE, Confederation of National Special Work Centers in Spain. All over Spain. We work in, of course, in Erasmus Plus project like this, but the new one started this 2 months ago is a project valorizing and working with the Balkans, with the Western Balkans, to help them to improve their vocational educational training to be in the European system as the other works, the other countries in Europe. And it's okay. Something more in our website, and any other thing, I'm here today for you.
Thank you, Ima. Thank you, Ima. Now, Alinda.
Good afternoon. My name is Alinda and I'm working for Verda. And when you remember on the first day of the presentation, there was a logo of Friesland College. And that was the school where I worked before. But since the 1st of August, we married with another school. And now our new name is Verda. And Verda is a Scandinavian name, and it means celebrate. And we are the secondary vocational education, but we are also not the biggest school. The school is in Amsterdam, but we are the second biggest school of the Netherlands with 23,000 students and 2,600 colleagues. Sietke is one of them. And we have a lot of studies and a lot of courses for also adult students. Okay, I'm sorry. But now, we are a big school, but when you see the picture of Holland, we are in the north part of Holland, and we have different small buildings with different kind of studies. And we have a triple qualification, I think is the right name. So we train them for the students for to be a professional in the work, but also be a good citizen. And we pay attention for their personal development. And we have a new quote with our new school. It's learning is a skill of life. That means that you not only learn for a diploma for your profession, but that you learn your whole life. And you can always come back to Verda to follow a new course or something. And our education is also, we do a lot of projects with another organizations or with students from other schools that we work together and do some challenges. So that's a little bit our education. So not the teacher here, the students there and write things of the lessons, but we do some project with each other outside the school, inside the school, meet other people. So that's our part of education. We adopted also the SDGs and we integrate them in our education system. Oh yeah! And before our wedding, we have a Christian school that was the Free Support, and we are the public school Friesland College, and now we are for every student. So everybody is welcome. And we are also work together with a lot of organizations and companies out in the region. Also the sport, football stadium, with the sporters do some projects. So it's very nice. Now, and we have our new quote, a watchful eye for every student. That means that we have a tray of honors for students, but also a lot of programs for students who have special needs. So we, and that's why we are also involved in this project. And we cooperate in this project also with Hospitality Friesland. That means that there are a lot of restaurants of other hospitality sector companies, and the students go from the first day in that organization and work there, and the teachers come to the organization to give workshops. So the students come not to school, but the teacher go to the students. We have some special programs for students with autism, and we work also together with an organization, and they do job coaching. So there's some caretaker, I don't know, who come to the work and talk with students, with the trainers. So what are the problems, and can we help you to be that it will be better with the student. And after this project, we want not only focus on the ASD students in the hospitality sector, but every training, so that we can help every student with the app and with the model and with the other things we research now on this moment. So thank you very much.
And last but not least, Anastasia.
So, hello, I'm Anastasia and I represent Militos, a small medium enterprise based in Athens, Greece. What Militos does? Lots of things. I will go through the most interesting to the boring ones. So, as you see, we do research, both primary and secondary research, in the framework of EU-funded projects. That means Erasmus mainly, but also Life, Horizon, and projects funded under the EA program. We also do market research, which brings me to the business consultancy services. To give you an example, when you want a research product to become commercialized, you need a plan, a business plan, and some other plans. You need a strategy and some capacity building activities like workshops. We also write proposals. And finally, we do communication and event management activities. I do have colleagues that do this. They love this. I do not. Yes, I confirm we are our people, and that means we are a team. We work in a very supportive environment, but this slide was not about this, was about the synergies that Militos has around Europe, synergies with experts, with social enterprises, with organizations, and with institutes. And finally, these are some of the European projects, and I would like to close by drawing your attention to our logo of the InTeaM for Inclusive Education project, the reason why we're here today. And thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, now we are going for the part of testimonies. So I would like to invite our teachers Silvia and Emmanuel to come on stage and talk a little bit with us. Podem ficar aqui à frente. Podem pôr-se. So Silvia and Emmanuel are going to talk a little bit about their experience. We are going to have a little help with the translation. Okay. Anna will be the expert.
Good afternoon. I brought some notes because I'm not really used to talking to a public, so I would probably just lose myself. So I brought some notes to guide myself. What can I say about teaching Emmanuel? I can say that it has been a pleasure since the beginning. Start by saying that. And I can say that adapting to teaching Emmanuel in the practical part of the course was quite easy because Emmanuel was a very interested and dedicated student since the beginning. And his classmates also accepted the situation very well. They would have, from the beginning, they were extremely welcoming and sensitive to Emmanuel's differences and needs. I can remember, for example, when Emmanuel would get lost in time during breaks, his classmates would enter class, and there would always be somebody that would notice he was missing and say, "Teacher, Emmanuel isn't here. Can I go look for him?" And they would go look for him and bring him to class. And during practical classes, when they saw that he was staying apart or he would stop his task, they would always call him by them or come warn me, "Oh, Emmanuel stopped his task," so I can go check what was wrong and guide him. So it was really warming to see their team spirit and their acceptance, and that really made it easier for us. In the practical classes at the beginning of the course, he used to come asking what he was supposed to do. When he entered the class, he would come by us and really require work. It was funny because he would require to work. He would come by us, "I'm here, where's my recipe? I wanna do a recipe. Where's mine?" So I think one of our difficulties was maybe in that phase of the beginning of the course, that he wasn't used to working in team. He wasn't used to working with colleagues. So our classes have between 18 to 24 students, and we have 5 workstations at the kitchen. So we normally divide them in groups, and they work in teams. In Emmanuel's case, he would want to make a recipe on his own every class, and that wasn't always possible. So the challenge was in adapting him to teamwork, which gradually we managed to evolve by finding in the recipes that his group had assigned part of the recipe or specific tasks that that we would assign to him, and little to little he got used to the idea that he was part of a group, and that the final result of what he was doing would be linked to what the remaining members of the team were doing. And now I think I can say that he knows how to work in a team. And whenever possible, we would give him a recipe for him to do on his own, because he would stay all happy, and it would end up being a reward for his for the fact that he really evaluated. I also followed Emmanuel's internship, because I'm the course coordinator. So I would always talk to his tutors. And at the beginning, what they would tell me was that the difficulty they found was in adapting the communication, in the fact of explaining a process and being sure that he understood it, because he wouldn't really express it. And then the fact of explaining and of him maintaining that knowledge for the second time. They would normally have to explain again the next day. But they also say now that that's a difficulty that they find with a lot of trainees that don't have ASD. So it was really a difficulty that they found, but it's not that out of the ordinary, because there are many trainees without ASD that also have that difficulty. With time, Emmanuel started, and they started knowing Emmanuel better. They started knowing his reactions, and they already knew when they were talking to him by his reactions if he had understood or not. And after some time, he would already start memorizing some procedures, and so I think after analyzing the overall aspect of the internship, we can say that it was a success. He did an internship of 260 hours. Now in the end of the 3rd grade, he'll still have one of 460. So it's going to be another challenge that's going to be a big success. At the internship, the tutors also mentioned the positive aspect of him being, in general, really interested, really curious, and of having a high knowledge of general culture. They would really like to talk to him because he liked to talk. I think I can resume by saying that before being people with ASD, they are people, and as all of our students that don't have ASD, each one of them is unique and has many positive aspects and has their own difficulties. So each one of them is unique, as all students are.
Thank you first for everyone to welcoming here. I'm gonna try to speak a little bit in English, because my English is not very good. Well, when I get here at 30 years old, I first come to Madeira, and when we were when I was 16 years old, I come here to the continent. The reason what I choose kitchen and and kitchen is because I was very interesting and and in culinary, and since I was a kid, I always do I always doing recipes. Um, my mother always teach me about desserts and cooking, and well that's the reason I choose kitchen. One since being to be honest, I honestly I don't I'm not have too much interest in the kitchen. But but I think I made a good choice. Well, when when I begin in this in the in the internship, I was really scared. Um, sincerely, I'm never working. The reason I'm just saying I never was in a business like in a stagement. Okay. Well, when I begin the environment was really uh, hospitality, and there's no very troubles in the business. I'm gonna say I like saying. Well, the 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 collaboration of the personnel of the business for the Spino may help me very much. They don't ask me things I can do, and well, is was really loving.
As you see, Anna wasn't needed at all. Your English was perfect, Emmanuel. You were perfect. Does anyone have any questions for Emmanuel or Sylvia?
It's a good answer. Well, I like to cook desserts of chocolate and vanilla.
So when are you going to cook for us, Emmanuel?
Well, I don't know.
For another day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. If you want to go sit again, please. Do you want to
Stay
stay?
here. No.
You want to stay here?
Yeah.
Okay. You can sit in the table. You are our guest of honor. Okay. So another applause. Scusa, ok. Pronto. I didn't explain the Forno de Espinho. I don't know if you understood, but it was the place where Emmanuel did his internship. Okay, so now I would like to invite Joe to the stage. He's going to present his association, Vencer Autismo.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you very for the beautiful picture. We're lucky. We're lucky today. So I'm sorry, guys, Emmanuel and Silvia, because sometimes you're gonna have to see my behind. Is that okay? Okay, so I can connect with everybody or try to connect with everybody. It's beautiful to be around people from all around the world. I love all this. I lived in Germany for 8 years. I lived in the States. I'm from Spain. I'm from Madrid, actually. But now I'm sorry, guys. I live in the most beautiful city in the world. It's called Porto. And so I'm happy for all you guys from everywhere in the world to come visit us, because although I'm Spanish, I really feel already Portuguese, and especially from Porto. Anyway, I didn't come to speak about the wonders of Porto. I came to speak about vencer autismo, about our experience with autism. I'm going to share with you a story of love. I think everybody likes stories of love, right? So all this started with our daughter. This is my wife and my daughter. We have another daughter, which is younger than she is, and we have a small 9-year-old boy. And when I met my wife, she already had 2 daughters. Kawi was the eldest. Kawi was 8 years old. She wasn't looking in people's eyes. She was speaking alone. She was always turning objects around. And I thought she was the most beautiful thing in the world that nobody understood. In school, she had no chance. We had to hire a teacher to sit with her, to remind her what she had to do, etc. Just like the colleagues of Emmanuel can help out. Back then, we really needed a teacher to do it a little bit more intensely. And we studied solutions, and we investigated around the world, where could we find solutions to help our daughter, my stepdaughter, my wife's daughter. And we bought all the books, we contacted everywhere, and we just started implementing what we heard worked. And the first techniques we started using with Kawi was to try to improve her visual contact. She wasn't looking in people's eyes, so she wasn't socializing. Right? So we thought, okay, let's see, this looks like a really easy exercise. Started to work with her. Her eye contact, which was non-existent, started to be a 1-second eye contact. Wow, she's improving. 1 second became 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and so on. And we started working with Kawi in her room 32 hours per week. It's not 45 minutes, it's not 90 minutes, it was 32 hours per week. We did it with a bunch of volunteers, beautiful people that today are our dearest friends. And Kawi started improving and improving and improving. And what was surprising to us was that society was speaking about autism in such a terrible, dark way, right? And we thought, how is it possible? Everybody speaks, can I turn this around, Mr. Photographer? So everybody was speaking about autism, and it still happens today. Autism looks like a big monster, terrible mystery, right? What can we do? Nobody knows what to do. And we were living the journey of our lives. It's like Kawi is improving, and we're seeing this happen. Evolution was really slow, but it was happening. Okay, I'm going to fast forward to today. Kawi's in university, studying to be an actress. She's 23. No curriculum adaptation. She's one more student. She has her things. Okay, you'll see Kawi walking around Porto, speaking by herself, or to herself, or with herself, and with her imaginary friends. Okay, but she's autonomous, and that was what we wanted as parents. So, as Kawi was getting better, we founded Vencer Autismo, which is our organization, to just give other parents, other teachers, other people that dealt with people with autism, little tips and tricks on what they can do to have a better quality of life, caregivers, and help their children evolve. So, in this journey, when Kawi's getting better, we create Vencer Autismo, and then we build a center for therapies. We had 35 kids, and we worked with them intensely, minimum 4 hours per week. And these kids were reducing their autistic challenges by 14% per year. We were like, yes, this works. And we were doing it with people that had 0 previous experience working with autism. So it was a way of, let's teach the most important points so we can help these children evolve. And in this journey, a lot of work. It's some of you might have institutions or no institutions that work with people with autism, and it is very human resource intense. It's very emotional. It's very physical. Often, it's a big challenge. And we were seeing that the whole organization was working with 35 kids, amazing evolution, most of them. 2 weren't evolving much, but the average evolution was incredible. Some were really incredible advances. And then we were having people coming from Villarreal, is like 2-hour drive from Porto. We had people coming from Villarreal to do therapies with their kids. So we thought, okay, we have a solution that works, but it only works for parents that can pay and people that live close to where we are. So it's not the solution. We have more than 15,000 kids with autism in Portugal. How do we help 15,000? Because that solution that we had was not scalable. It was not efficient. Okay? So then we studied the problem of autism. And studying the problem of autism, we reached a conclusion. The problem of autism is not the autism of whoever is autistic. The problem with autism is the lack of understanding. It's the negative stigma. Nobody comprehends autism. In fact, we played the Kahoot game, right? And we had some questions that were black and white. But for example, one of the questions was, in hospitality, what's the main challenge? What's the main challenge of the average? It could be the one you stated. But for some people, it'll be one challenge, and for another person, it'll be another challenge. Just like we saw, every single person with autism is unique, just the way every single student is. So if we want to help them, we're going to have to adapt to each and every one of them. Statistics don't work with human beings. Let me explain. 1% of people in the world have autism. But Emmanuel has 100% chances of being autistic because he has autism, right? So are we designing solutions for the majority, or do we want to find the best solution for Emmanuel so we can help him, right? So this is key. So we started, okay, the problem is negative stigma. People don't understand autism, really. So my wife and I, we take the car and we start traveling around Portugal. Thank God Portugal is a small country. It's not like Italy or Spain or even Austria is pretty wide, right? Germany, etc. So we started traveling all around Portugal just to explain what we were living with our daughter, what we learned with these 35 kids, and how other people could help their children. Again, fast forward to today. More than 80,000 people have attended our events, lectures, workshops, master classes, etc. And let me share with you the model that we've reached after all these years of let's say, of comprehending better autism. And the evolution has been, okay, when we've tried to teach the basics, like really comprehend autism. We developed a model which we called Comprehend Autism. In Portuguese, it's Comprender Autismo. In Spanish, it would be Comprender Autismo, easy. And the idea is, if you understand the real challenges that are common to almost everybody with autism, as we saw, it's a spectrum, as we explained. I'd say it's not a left to right spectrum, because people have this idea spectrum. It's mild autism, severe autism. It's got all the colors and flavors, okay? So you have to understand in each of the challenges that are common to people with autism, sensorial, flexibility, attention span, the time that we can interact in an activity together with somebody else, not by themselves on the tablet, because they do that very well, right? We have some health issues. We have behavior. We have verbal communication. We have eye contact. Okay, see, in all these chapters or let's say variables, each person with autism is on a different spectrum in each one of these traits. Okay, and we have to understand, where is my child so I can help him, right? Because if I understand my child, I no longer have a problem. So having a child with autism, I have a daughter with autism, I know what it is to live with a person with autism at home. And we know the stories of thousands of families. Now, if I understand my child and I comprehend what he needs and what motivates him, so important, etc., then my child's autism is no longer a problem. It gives me more work, just as if I had a child that needs a wheelchair, right? Or if my child needs eyeglasses. If I have a little 5-year-old that needs eyeglasses, that's a challenge, because he's always breaking the glasses and throwing them around and forgetting them here and there, right? So, but it's not a problem. It's just a little bit more work to do, okay? So this is why we created the Comprehend Autism, to make it really simple for people to understand. Now, I want to leave space for questions and answers, but I want to clarify the end model that we have. I had a team from Kazakhstan the first week of September. government of Kazakhstan is studying models to intervene in autism in the country. It's okay. I'm not going to enter in the specifics of the country, but they have some flexibility to really start doing things right. So we taught them in 4 days. We do these courses for companies or for countries or for whatever. What the model is. And the model is designed to teach caregivers. We know we've followed hundreds of families. Success factor number one is when parents, teachers, therapists work as a team, when they all really comprehend their child. ADHD, exactly the same issue. All these issues, it's going to be the same, it's the same thing, okay? We have to comprehend, and then we have to go in and work with all the love in the world. It's not going in with a hammer. People ask us, how is it possible? You're doing an average of what? 6 hours of therapy with your daughter every day in her room? Are you guys torturing your daughter? And for Kawi, it was the best time of her life because everybody was in sync with her motivations, with what she really wanted. But of course, we were helping her evolve in all these traits and all these different spectrums, okay? So we teach the model that we've ended up with that we believe will work best in organizations, in countries, everywhere is first you have to allow people to comprehend what is autism, really, okay? It's not a discussion, is it vaccines or not vaccines? That doesn't help who's already autistic. That's why I'm completely against discussing the past. The past is, okay, that's on another level. That's for scientists, governments, that's for healthcare. But if I have a child with autism today, I need to help him today. Give me tools. I don't care who Hans Asperger was because he doesn't help me today, right? And it's good that he spoke about Asperger or mild autism back then, but that's not helping me today. So we're giving really practical tools how you can help your child right now. Understand what are the real challenges that are not allowing your child to be more social or to have more repetitious behaviors. I don't know if you're aware, but the official definition of autism is a person that has difficulty socializing and has repetitive activities and behaviors. This is summarized, the official definition of autism. How do you work this? Help them become more social and help them reduce their repetitive behaviors, activities, etc. Okay? I really summarized so that everybody comprehends. This is the language we use always. And this is possible. It's possible for people with autism to have each time more social interaction. They learn how to play with friends and how to socialize. And if you manage to calm them down and you have less stimuli, etc., they will reduce their repetitive behaviors. And therefore, my friends, per definition, some people don't want to hear this, less autism than before. This is the thing. So when I hear cure of autism, of course, somebody who's hypersensitive and has the traits of autism, they have some characteristics of themselves that will remain and will and can be trained to be milder. But they can improve their capacities, of course, and become autonomous, become more sociable, and reduce their repetitive behaviors. Okay? This is a fact. This is super, super clear. We have more than enough literature on thousands of children that we've accompanied through these years. So, I'm sorry I deviated. This is so exciting. So the model that we've resumed this to is 1 lecture, 2 hours, 1 workshop, 2 + 2 hours, for people to define their objectives. They're going to work with their child and work on the objectives for their child and learn the model of what they have to do, constantly improving to help their child. This is a way they can work with their child constantly. And then we have now group mentorships. Before we were doing one-on-one mentorship, but that was very expensive. That was not so accessible. But that model, which is the model that I have seen, please, if you know a more efficient model than this one to change the world of people with autism and their caregivers, please come to me because I want to know. 3 hours of work of human resources of Vencer Autismo. 3 hours per month. Kids are reducing their autistic challenges by 15% average per year. Wow. Because it's not us doing the work. It's the everyday. It's the parents. It's the teachers. Of course, the therapists. You know, but it's the people who have the most influence is when parents and teachers understand. When you are so lucky, when Emmanuel is so lucky to have Silvia as a teacher. That's the key. People ask us, what's the best school to take my autistic child to? Say, I can't answer that. I'll tell you what teachers are the special teachers you want to have your child with, because they are the change makers. It's not the school. The school, of course, has to select the best teachers in the world. But if you have the best inclusive autism understanding school in the world, but the teacher is not connected, doesn't comprehend, is not flexible to change themselves to help Emmanuel, it won't work. It's as simple as that. It's a one-on-one. It's how we connect with another person. You think I'm a nice guy, Emmanuel? No, but the way I'm referring to him always is with a bunch of love, a bunch of respect, a bunch of, I'm trying to understand you, right? And then if I can throw in some chocolate and some vanilla inside, I will. Because then Emmanuel will say, oh, this guy's cool. And if he says this guy's cool, then my chances of success to help him grow are way higher, right? This, of course, this works for autism, which is, let's say, one end of the spectrum. It works with every single human being. It works. It's so funny when I speak in universities to students, I'm saying, if you like this girl, you know her motivations, play around, right? It works. It's as simple as that. It's human connection, right? People with autism now, what's the added value of people with autism in hospitality or wherever you want? It's their capacity to elevate our human spirit. It's not to do the same job like the rest of the people. That's not Emmanuel's main job. His main job is that all Emmanuel's friends or colleagues in class are now more responsible human beings, probably, more caring, more empathetic, better human beings for a better world. That is the mission of an angel like Emmanuel. That's the mission of people with autism. That's the magic. That's why I'm so passionate about autism. I already passed my time. I know it was 15 minutes. I'm sorry for that. If I can take questions, I'm happy to do so. I don't know if I'm just abusing of my time. Sorry, guys.
Do you have any questions for Joe?
It's a curiosity more than a question. What happens at level of self-awareness for the person who has autism?
That's a question for them. But the incredible thing is that people with autism are extremely self-aware. For example, one of the myths of autism is that they are disconnected from this world. The truth is they are so connected that they need to get out so that they can make sense of so much stimuli. Super aware. There are studies that show they have double empathy than people that don't have autism. It's just that they don't express it. The fact of people with autism not expressing themselves doesn't mean they don't have feelings. It just means they don't express themselves. Just for anybody who's not totally aware with this. Another one. People believe people with autism don't want to make friends. People with autism want to make friends, but they have other priorities. Has any of you ever had a hangover? Okay, that sounds like yes, right? So, the day you've got a hangover or a bad headache, do you want to socialize? Why? Because you're taking care of yourself, right? It's too much going on. Oh, my head hurts, my stomach, it's too much. Oh, I can't concentrate. They're not ready to socialize. It's not the day, right? It doesn't mean people with autism have a hangover constantly, Most of them don't even drink, right? The thing is that they're taking care of themselves. And we have to understand this. So when you start comprehending all these little things and you start comprehending your child, wow, magic happens. They are very self-aware. It's just that we want them to conform to a place that's completely fucked up. Completely crazy, sorry. Completely crazy.
Yes, they are, of course, they are self-aware, but I mean, emotionally speaking, do they suffer in when they understand that basically?
Now, how would you? What's your name? Alexia. How would you feel if everybody around you looks at you different, or says close to you but not at you? Alexia, she's a little bit strange. So, more questions? Does that answer your question? Good. I love asking questions. I think the best gift anybody can give you is a question. Really, it's beautiful. You guys having fun?
At the beginning, when you start working with your daughter, how did you know what to do these 5 hours? I mean, how?
We didn't. We discovered, yeah, we didn't know.
Description of your activities.
Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, man, I had so much fun with Kawi. I learned to be a child again. Because if you want to connect with somebody with autism, you're going to have to be interesting to them, just like to be interesting to anybody, right? So especially when they're younger, not even when they're older, it's the same thing. So you're going to, what we try to do always is, what are Kawi's motivations? It was Barbies and Pink. So you can't imagine how many hours I played Barbies and Pink. Everything was about Barbies and Pink because that's how we had her attention. And then we knew how to work with her, okay? So we knew, we would see, okay, where is she most, where does she have most challenges? At the beginning, it was eye contact, flexibility, and the attention span in an interaction was almost non-existent. So these were the muscles that we were trying to stretch at the beginning. She was verbal, but she was never speaking about something related to what we were doing. So she would speak alone, but you would ask her a question, she would answer something else or whatever, right? So those were the main challenges: flexibility, the attention span of working together with her, and eye contact. So what we do was we built activities using her motivations around these characteristics. For example, eye contact, really easy. This was a cute example. We're sitting on her bed, which is a bed sofa, so that her room was this place. And she's speaking to her Barbies, but she's speaking to the wall, right? So I'm sitting with her and she's speaking to the wall and the Barbies are here. And then I say, hey, Kawi, take the Barbie. It says, Maria is telling me that she doesn't know if you're speaking with her or with the wall. And Kawi is, of course I'm speaking with her. Says, yeah, but you're not looking her in the eyes. So she doesn't know if you're speaking with the wall or with her. And then, this started this conversation about looking into the eyes so that people know that we're connecting with them, right? Thanks to Barbies, right? So, because Barbies are a motivation, if I said, look in my eyes, she's like, I don't care about your eyes. Actually, your eyes are too intense, right? Barbie's eyes are easier to connect with. And then I did fun things like crazy. Then when she was more, after 4 years in, and she's doing